What'd you say?
You heard me.
I know I did, but I hit record. So what'd you say?
Oh, I said, what's with your goofy little Puerto Rican hat? What's the occasion?
Puerto Rican hat is the only team that Roberto Clemente played for outside of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Gotcha. I just, I don't associate you with anything Puerto Rican. That's all.
That is a fucking fair play, Jerry. That is a fucking fair play. There is nothing.
That's the only reason why I was asking.
Nothing Puerto Rican about this guy. Nothing.
Right. And if,
Zero.
And if like you ever caught me wearing a Confederate hat, what's up with you? What's that? What's going on? It's just questions.
You live in Florida, so that doesn't really, it doesn't really put me off. I
but
understand.
I'm not in the part of Florida where that's really a thing.
I mean, sure, but I'm just saying it's more understandable than, just as like a one-off. It'd be like, oh, well, Jerry fucking drank the swamp water. It fucking got to him.
Yeah, I know. It gets to everybody at some point.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
That stuff's no joke, man.
Well, Jerry, we're back.
We are. It's good to be back.
It's a little bit different, though.
Just a teeny bit.
A little bit different. We're under a new banner. Same music for now, because this music is fucking banging. This always gets good reviews. But we are no longer the fucked up fantasy football podcast, Jerry. In theory, anyway. In theory. Welcome to a new episode, the first episode, the pilot episode of the Armchair Fanatics football podcast. I'm fucking excited, Jerry. Are you excited?
Absolutely. Been waiting for us to get back on track here for quite a few months now. But here we are. We're back. We're rebranded.
What do you think about the name?
But still, I like it. Still with the same old type of, I don't want to say edginess because we're not edgy. We're just who we are.
I am.
That's the type of guys we are.
I'm edgy, that's for sure. Especially if you catch me on those cannabis podcasts. I'm fucking firing darts. Jerry, in honor of firing darts, I'm going with Smoke Wagon. It's beautiful Nevada product.
I'm familiar with the Smoke Wagon. It's quite delicious.
58.7%. For those of you who are not aware, in the Fucked Up Fantasy Football podcast, we love our bourbons. And we're probably going to love our bourbons on this one, too. I'm excited for it. Jerry, what are you rocking today? What are we doing?
I don't know if you can see. You probably can't even see it.
It's okay.
Because of my banner.
Ooh,
there we go. There we go.
Ooh, Yamazaki.
Yeah. My dad, I don't know if you can see it. My dad brought me 2 bottles of this stuff.
I know that Legion.
But the Legion is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, partially finished in wine and sherry casks.
Oh, that's a fucking.
It is quite delicious. It is not the normal barrel strength that you and I enjoy so much. It's only a whopping 94.2.
Supposed to be the magic proof.
I've had this bottle for 2 days, and this is what I've done to it already.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm excited for that,
yes,
Jerry.
Sir.
To another podcast. Here we go, my friend. Clinky, clinky.
Cheers, brother.
Ooh, baby.
So happy our game is back.
For the new people that this is your first time listening to us, welcome to the show. Appreciate you all. There's probably a wonderment in your mind, and you're probably going, fuck, there's another fantasy football podcast to try and figure out with. So basically, if you want to win your league, you need to listen to us. That's kind of the way it goes. We have many championships under our belt, and I've decided to not hide the advice from people because it's a little bit different. I'm not really the Sirius XM talking head that you might be used to. I'm not the ESPN talking head that you might be used to, and I'm sure shit not those fucking weirdos over at the NFL Network. I am not one of those weirdos. I have a background in football. I was fortunate enough to have a potential to play at Washington State University. Unfortunately, a little bit of an injury and stopped me from pursuing my dream. However, I have not let that excitement and passion for the game go down. I have turned it into quite the machine and absolutely love fantasy football. Love the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck me, right? Like, fuck. I have to get it out early before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh man,
it is what it is. But
just keeps getting worse.
I'd just like to, say hello, everybody. Welcome all you new listeners. To the old listeners, not a lot is going to be changing. We're going to have a bunch of the same shit because it's been a winning formula. So I'm stoked about this year. That's my little introduction. Jerry, what do you have to tell the people who have never heard your fucking whiny, annoying voice before?
I guess I'll start with who my team is. I'm a diehard fan of the New York Football Giants, and I have been my entire life. As my dad sits across the room from me here in the living room down here visiting from Niceville, Florida.
Nice.
Yeah, he
that joke right there.
He's been a Giants fan his whole life, and naturally he raised me to be one as well. And I don't want to sit here and say that I'm one of those talking heads either. I don't feel like I am. I mean, I try to present good information, as much fact as I can, and try to base most things on statistical calculations and equations or whatever, all that dumb shit. Like, just I'm a numbers guy. Like, if I see the numbers and they tell me something, then that's really all I need to know. But it doesn't hurt to actually like use your own two eyeballs and watch things and formulate an educated opinion from that. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's something I kind of try to do. And then about the talking head specifically on or the clown show specifically on NFL Network. Oh my God, have they fallen off? Like once Schrags left,
were they ever on? Were they ever on, Jerry?
You know what? It wasn't this bad. Like, come on, you have Manti Te'o up there, like it's like what? You know what I mean?
That threw me for a loop. That one definitely threw me. Manti's on the fucking NFL Network on Sirius XM as well.
Right. So I mean, he's working for them full time. He's a personality of theirs now. But it's going to be interesting to see how things go in the next few years now that ESPN has their hands in it and
their whole clusterfuck
shitty agenda. Did you see that thing the other day with Monica McNutt when she was talking? I mean, I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights online of it. Monica McNutt, I don't watch First Take like I used to anymore. It's so bad, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. But Drewski, why in the hell he's even on there? Who cares? I don't care what Drewski thinks about football. I don't care what he thinks. Like, and they're sitting there talking about like, oh, did you have a good time at SummerSlam this year? Because he was like at the front row. Who gives a shit? But anyway, what I'm trying to make is he was wearing a throwback Barry Sanders jersey, the Detroit blue, whatever name blue. It has a specific name, and I can't think of it right now. But he's wearing it, and he has it on. He's wearing it backwards so that you see the name on the front instead of like the thing like crisscrossing. Jump, those little motherfuckers. He's doing that shit. Monica McNutt says, "Oh, clearly you have on it," and I'm not quoting her. I'm paraphrasing. There's some Shador vibes going on here. What?
Oh Lord.
What? How do you get Shador Sanders confused with arguably one of the greatest running backs who has ever played the game of football? I'm done with that.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah,
just wanted to get that out there. So we here on this glorious little presentation will do our best to not do those things.
I don't think you can
count on that.
Anything like that. That's.
You can count on that.
Batshit wild. That was fucking batshit wild, Jerry. What are some of the other things that we do on this podcast? We have a bets episode. We have a bets episode where it is us versus our wives, and my wife is crushing it. She has a higher winning percentage than most industry experts. That's one reason to listen to this podcast. If you want to make a little bit of money, a little bit of pizza money, maybe a little bit more, listen to my wife's picks. She's fucking crushing. Just saying.
Man. Here
we go again, Jerry. We're gonna see.
Molly's a freaking fortune teller, man.
You're three,
She's a
bro.
gypsy.
You're three, bro. Let's go. Now she doesn't pick games; she manifests them. Remember, no picking, manifesting. Jesus Christ. We're also gonna have.
Well, she did start giving analysis late last year. That was funny.
True, she did. Be it relevant or not, she was giving it. We also give a little bit of daily fantasy. Jerry's a fucking degenerate, just like myself, as far as betting is concerned, but he loves the daily fantasy shit. So the DFS is his fucking thing. We'll let him rant a little bit this year. I just go on rants in general. New people, you'll figure that out. Jerry, you got anything else to add before we fucking pop right into?
I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Yeah, I want to put a disclaimer out there. Like you're making me sound like a DFS expert. I'm the furthest thing from a DFS expert.
Nope, I never said the E word. I said D-gen for a reason. It was the D word.
But you making it like I don't know. I just want to put the disclaimer out there. I don't want anybody like saying, "Oh well, there's my guy. This guy's no." I'm going to tell you every week. I'm going to say guys I like, guys I'm looking at, and I play a lot of 50-50s. I'm not into the GPPs or anything like that because you don't have a real good chance of winning, and the odds of you building your bankroll with that are not good. 50-50s mean exactly that. You have a 50-50 shot of cashing. So, you finish in the top half, you're going to double your money. If you don't win shit. So that's where most of my focus is going to be. And I'm just going to talk about guys that I'm interested in and playing matchups and things like of that nature. And that's where that part is going to be incorporated into this season's show.
Jerry, I worded it that way because I'm not going to be giving anybody daily fantasy advice. And when you're wrong, I want to make sure that they blame you.
Okay, good. I can rock with that.
Jerry, the draft has happened. I wasn't particularly excited about the draft. That's why I kind of negated on doing this episode a couple of months ago, because I just didn't really want to sit here and talk about offensive and defensive linemen for a fucking 45 minutes. Very few position players to have note, but we can talk about a couple of them. You want to talk about Shedeur first, or do we want to go for everybody else? Because everybody else is more important than this fucking guy.
I think Shedeur will be spoken about when Shedeur needs to be spoken about. Until then, we're not going to lead off with him because that's just blatant disrespect to the man we should be leading the draft talk with, and that's the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. If anybody deserves to be talked about first, it's him.
All of a sudden decided to become important because Will Levis has been dicking around all off season. How the fuck do you get all the way down this far into the season and now everyone was questioning the Tennessee Titans and trying to understand why the hell they were going to draft Cam Ward, and I think the Tennessee Titans knew some things. I think they knew that Will Levis was going to be in a little bit of an issue. They probably didn't agree with him not having surgery and taking that route and just getting fixed and better. It makes a lot of sense why they took Cam Ward now, my friend. I thought that was a little bit of a 50-50. I think they maybe could have taken some other couple of guys up there, but they went for it. And I think they knew that Will Levis was going to be jammed this year. So that's looking like a crazy year for this kid.
Brian Callahan's the coach, though, isn't he? And he's correct. He's a quarterback guy. So if you're going to pick number 1 overall, that's his thing. Like he came from Cincinnati with Joe Burrow,
but he's more of an offensive line guy. He's an offensive line guy.
I thought he was one of the driving forces behind Joe Burrow's
good offensive mind in general.
Success.
He's a good, but he is particularly considered an offensive line specialist. Unfortunately, he was on my team too. So. Yeah.
Will Levis just isn't that good. Like we saw it when he got to play. I'm sorry, but I can't back a guy who's like claim to fame as mayonnaise. I mean, please tell me that you think I'm wrong. I mean, that's like his whole claim to fame, that he's like some ripped dude who just loves mayonnaise.
I don't know, bro. He throws commercials. He throws fucking bombs.
He does,
maybe like 1 every 10 of them, but he still throws bombs. I think he was more fucking known for the random ass bombs to fucking Nick Westbrook-Akine than fucking anything. No.
I don't know. I think Cam Ward's going to be a very good quarterback. Like you can see it already in the preseason. It's only the preseason. It's not a big deal, but he just looks. To me, he looks just like he did in Miami. He's sitting back in the pocket right now, just like chilling.
He looks like he's been there before. He looks like he's been there.
I mean, he did play 5 years. He did play 5 years of college ball.
Yeah, but what's his nuts? Fucking Stenson Bennett or whatever fucking came out of Georgia at 5 years, and he looks way more happy feet than one of the probably anybody I've seen in a little bit.
So my feelings on guys like that, like the Stenson Bennett's, like guys from Georgia, guys from Alabama, like quarterbacks, they are a sum of all the parts, though. You know what I mean? Like they're that good because of the surrounding cast. Like they always have a great line. Defenses are always really, really good. They always have 5-star skill player recruits and stuff like that. So it's hard not to look good in that. Like you are basically a minor league NFL team that's playing college football, and you always get the best recruits. You have the best everything. So you better look good. Will Levis played at Kentucky. Okay, it was high flying, it was a little flashy and stuff like that, but it's just not the same because it just isn't. You know, guys like Cam Ward who bounced around a little bit, he found his place, and I think he's going to do really, really well. I mean, he could be like, by no means am I saying he's going to be like this guy, but I think he could be somewhere in the same area as Aaron McNair was, where just a beloved quarterback, the face of the team, the entire fan base loves him, that his teammates love him, the coaches love him, and like he's just like there's nothing to dislike. Like, and he's a leader, and he goes out there and he just wants to fucking win. He just grinds. grinds and grind. He eats, sleeps, shits football. Like that's all it is. So I think they made a good choice with that, and good for them. I mean, I certainly wanted him on the Giants, but the Giants went and screwed that up by winning an extra game.
Yeah, but
and,
I mean,
you
guys got fucking Abdul Carter though. That's not really anything to be sad about. That he's a fucking monster.
I'm definitely not sad. Not sad at all. Exactly. I'm not mad at it, man. Because I'll just briefly talk about the Giants real quick. I was happy with the Jackson Dart draft. I was happy they went and got him. I think he's going to turn out to be good. He's looking pretty good already in the preseason. Again, I know it's only preseason, but he's looking comfortable out there. And there's a possibility that maybe he comes in sooner than later. I mean, I think that is solely dependent on the success of the team. I hope they have the idea to not rush him in there because they're still a long ways away. It's not like that they can truly like contend to win a championship, much less qualify for the playoffs. Like if they finish as a 500 team this year, that's going to be a hell of an accomplishment for them. Or a game below 500 since they play odd number games now. But we'll see. I mean, Abdul Carter he's one of those once in a lifetime players, man. And all you hope for is that he stays healthy, because as long as he stays healthy, the guy's going to just wreck everything all the time. He's going to be a problem for offensive lines and for a lot of quarterbacks out there, and I'm happy to see it.
Ashton Gianti, hello, sir.
Beast.
That dude's just going to run. Fuck, I got him in best ball. I'm fucking super stoked about that shit. He's outrageous. I also picked up Omarion Hampton in that same league too, just because hey, fucking why not?
Good move.
Man,
good move.
I hate rookie running backs. I've said this before. I think they're never a good option in their first year. I mean, they're okay, but I don't think you're ever taking a rookie running back to really win leagues in the first round. And I think this is no exception. He's good, but I really doubt that he's going to win leagues and do what and everyone else is talking about. It just never happens with the rookie running backs. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I mean, do we need to talk about Travis and what he's going to do here? I think it is kind of interesting because he's drafted as a cornerback, but they do say he's going to play wide receiver. However, it's fucking Trevor Lawrence throwing him the football. That dude this has got to be a make or break it year for him, isn't it? Like
100%.
Like
100%.
So I'm excited for Travis Hunter, staying on topic, but I'm really interested to see his prospects at wide receiver when he's got to deal with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. That's a little bit tricky.
Oh yeah, but he does have is it Brian Thomas?
Yeah,
Junior.
Beast.
I mean, so I watched a little bit of the first half of the preseason game this afternoon with them and the Saints, and not gonna lie, Trevor looked pretty good. Trevor Lawrence looked pretty good. He wasn't too bad. He did have that. I know he did. I'm just saying he was putting the ball in spots and guys were catching it. Their running game looked really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first series, Tank Bigsby was out there and he was running through motherfuckers. And then the second series, Etienne was out there and he looked really good too. Now they did mention that the Saints were not playing any starters whatsoever on either side of the ball. So that does play a role in that. But
the Saints are already terrible. So
I think that the Jags could be a sneaky good offense this year. I don't want to say team. Offense, because there's some weapons there. And Liam Cohen, former Bucks offensive coordinator, for those of you who've listened to us before, all of you know that I live in Tampa. So here we are for our new listeners. I live in Tampa, so I do follow the Bucks as much as I possibly can. And Liam Cohen did a good job with this team last year. And even with the weird ass press conference, that weird shit he did, he's a pretty good offensive mind. And if anything they're going to get out of him and what's going on in Jacksonville, I'm going to say they're going to have a good running game, because he turned the Bucks running game into something pretty damn formidable, because Rachaad White, we know he's only good to catch the ball. But then Bucky Irving came in and was just like doing the damn thing. Like Bucky was nice. We talked about Bucky all last year. Liam Cohen, I think, can do a pretty good job over there. To your point about the whole Travis Hunter, like drafted as a cornerback, but they were saying on the broadcast today that, they expect him to play more wide receiver and then just find special packages for him to play defense on, which probably is the smartest thing to do. You gotta ease this kid in, man. It's the fucking NFL. Like, there's no mercy out there. They're gonna crush this kid, or maybe he's as good as advertised. We'll see. But I do want to say one thing about the Bucks specifically, though. Ibuka, whatever, however you say his name, the wide receiver they got out of Ohio State. Oh boy. The Bucks might have the sneakiest, best wide receiver room in the entire league when everybody's healthy. Of course, everybody has to be healthy because we know Godwin's he's gonna come back a little slowly after I think it was a dislocated ankle or something like that, the leg injury he had. But McMillan's still there, deep threat. You still got Mike Evans. Godwin will be back, and now you're bringing in this kid Ibuka. Oh my God, dude! Cade Otton's not a scrub at the tight end position as a receiving tight end, so it's going to be interesting. Their biggest problem is going to be the first month, maybe a little longer, while Tristan Wirfs is out. That's a huge loss on that offensive line. So we shall see. But I don't know what else. What else do we have here draft wise? Like any important guys?
Well, I don't think I don't think anybody else is important, to be honest with you. You mentioned the kid from Ohio State, which I was going to bring up as well. But other than that, I'm not really seeing. Like, I know that what is it, Tetaroa McMillan or whatever that kid is, that wide receiver to Carolina. Yeah, I think he's more hype than anything.
I agree with you because he's at Carolina. He's got Bryce throwing him the ball. So until Bryce shows me something more than just a one-game sample like he did in Week 18 of last year, I mean, hopefully he can figure it out, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking through the first round right now.
Like if I'm a dynasty guy, I don't think anybody else is relevant, to be honest.
No, and you already said Hampton. Yeah. He's going to be a beast. He's going to be an absolute monster for the Chargers this year. And Najee just made it easier for him by shooting his own eye out.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. Good job, Najee. Fucking beast, bro. Yeah. You're a beast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jerry. Well, then that means one thing. Let's talk about draft outlook for the year. Every single year, I mean, for me anyways, I've been riding kind of one strategy for the last 3 years. I've been staying with it. And I think it's more of a reflection of where the National Football League is right now. So I've been a one-trick pony, to be honest with you. If you play with me in my leagues, we probably should have been able to figure it out by now. So I'll give you the floor first. What are you looking at here in 2025? Are you taking it any differently than 24, 23? Is it, obviously it's going to be format dependent, but what are you doing differently this year than you did last year?
So most of my leagues, with the exception of even the best ball ones are the same, but all of them for the most part are half point PPRs. So my OG league, the one with Maddie and Mello, by the way, folks, are my two of the three sides of the triangle offense. Those are my childhood buddies back in South Florida. Shout out to Mello and Maddie real quick. We had a league going on together for over 15 years, which we have dissolved. The league is no more. Mainly because Matty didn't want to be in it anymore because with his job, he travels around the world. And for the last 3 or 4, maybe even 5 drafts, he's not even in the country. And he's trying to do it, overseas or wherever he's at. It's just been a problem. And then trying to, every nightmare that any commissioner has in their league, he's dealt with. Trying to get people to pay, doing this, that, the other. With him not wanting to be in it anymore, I didn't see any reason for myself to want to be in it. I haven't enjoyed this league in a few years anyway, just because I feel like it's gotten dated. It's become an old man league. I couldn't even get past the two of them to a league vote to update how we do our rosters, like getting rid of kickers and defenses. And I couldn't get it past those two guys. Why the fuck do I want to be in a league that won't even let me vote on something? Sorry. So it was a good run. It's done and over with. More importantly, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to pay close attention to my draft position, and I'm basically just going to let the draft come to me the way it does, however it does, because prime example, a new league that I've gotten into, we have started a work league, and I'm super interested in it. We're going 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 flexes. No kickers, no defense. I've not played anything like this before, and I'm excited about it because I really, really feel like it's going to truly test your knowledge and your ability to draft, to take advantage of value or take advantage of a player when they're there, and not be stuck in the whole I've already got this. I need another one of these. I have to get one of these. No, just kind of build the roster slowly and just let it come together. And I like the whole idea of personally going wide receiver heavy and then making for the first 2, maybe even 3 picks, and then trying to go after one of those top 5 quarterbacks. Because I think I agree with all the so-called experts on fantasy radio saying that elite quarterback is going to be the difference between the top teams and teams that don't win leagues. Because just the amount of points that they get you on a weekly basis. I think
that's been a fact for the last like 4 or 5 years, and people have completely overlooked that.
Absolutely. I was one of them, and I'm on board with that now. And then I also am looking at the fact that there are only like 3, maybe 4 true first round worthy running backs out there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm really not like, I'm not going to force it. Like, I think in Armchair in our league, I think I'm picking 3rd or 2nd. I don't know, something like that. There's a possibility I may have to take one of those running backs if, like, let's say Bijan's there. If he's there, dude, it's almost like you kind of have to do it. It's like you don't let something like that pass. But if those guys are gone, like, I'm not gonna have the expectation of taking Saquon and thinking that he's gonna get 2,000 yards again. Like, come on, man. Like, I just don't see it happening. So I think I want to play to a position of strength and then slowly build the roster out, because I think there's a lot of really, really good value at running back later on in the middle rounds that you can get. You can get really, really good guys out there that are going to be doing a damn thing. One guy, my first running back I took in our best ball draft this afternoon, that when we're on a good run, we're like 5-6 rounds through it now. Slow draft. But I took James Conner. James Conner's consistent. He's also consistently injured.
I think that's a good best ball pick, though. I think if you're playing PPR or anything else, I don't think James Conner is that great, but I think that's a gold for best ball.
But like other guys that I would have wanted to grab were already gone. So I'm like, all right. So the situation was my first 3 picks. I went wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. I started with who was it? God damn it! How did I forget already? I know the second pick was AJ Brown. The third pick was Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Which I always question because fuck the Jets.
Yeah, he's still a good receiver, and I still think that something can come of that. Oh, I took Nico Collins first.
That's right.
So then, and I wanted. Oh my God, did I want one of those? I wanted Kyron. I wanted one of those top quarterbacks for my 3rd pick. Like they were all gone. All the guys that I really was looking at and really wanted to get, they were all gone. So I'm like, okay. Well, then I'm just going to continue building on strength. I'll put strength on strength. So I got another wide receiver. I mean, like, I don't have to worry about that. And it's a best ball. So, like, in that case, I'm going to have some sort of wide receiver 1 production from those 3 guys.
Yeah.
And I only need 2 of them to start. And then the 3rd one can be a flex. So
I think you can be really loosey-goosey in the best ball side. Yeah, the best ball side, you can be loosey-goosey because that's the
right.
I disagree with your strategy of letting the draft fall to you kind of more loosey-goosey in PPR and all the other formats versus the best ball. Best ball really drops to you, so you're looking at what complements the roster the entire time because there's a combination of, talent that you need to put together. There's obviously some risks that you can take in best ball because, due to the home run nature of some of these players, I think you can take more shots and get some of these home run players in a combination. Because, look at me, for example, right? If I got Janty and Omarion fucking running stables like every second week, like that's going to be a pretty consistent performance all the way around. There's no way in hell I'm going to formulate a PPR or a fucking performance league around those 2 guys at my running back spot. There's no way in hell. So I think you can do crazy things. I think in best ball, like you can pull things, and I think that I don't want to be the guy who starts a run on a position in best ball versus PPR and non-PPR for me. I want to be the guy who is starting that run on those positions. I do it all the time. I'm the bully player. It's like if you're playing poker and you're 1 spot off of the dealer, fucking bully the entire table. And that's generally what I do with the board when I'm playing in PPR and non-PPR formats. I actually don't play in any non-PPRs anymore, to be honest with you. I was going to say, I think that format has kind of gone to the wayside. But
yeah, it's no good anymore.
Whatever happens in the first pick is really going to dictate which way I'm going. Over the last 4 to 5 years, though, without a doubt, it's been the hero RB. I need to get 1 running back and 1 major wide receiver in my first 2 picks. It doesn't matter which one that happens, but that's what I'm going for in the first 2. And the 3rd pick, I'm taking a quarterback no matter what. Doesn't matter. I will be that guy to start the run on all of them. I did it last year in all 3 of my leagues that I was playing in that format. I think it's the key thing to do. Like you said, I mentioned it earlier, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do a podcast to kind of let some of these gems out, is that the talking heads were not behind the value of some of these elite quarterbacks. As soon as Mahomes and Allen popped on the road and Burrow, it was instantly that, and sorry, Lamar Jack as well. You had to focus on that. You had to take one of those guys in the first 3 years. And I've done that very, very well. I have not finished in the basement or even in the bottom half of a league in the entire time I've been on this strategy. That's why I believe so heartily in it. If you find those key positions, especially when you're looking at, and if you come into your draft with different tiers, I think that's the best draft preparation that you can do, is really getting your players and putting them in tiers and understanding that. And once they come off the board, and sticking to your tiers, package that you have within your strategy. That's been just foolproof for me. Fucking foolproof, man. And I've been hitting fucking home runs with it for sure. So I think that's really the way to go. And I'm doing it again in 2025. Heads up. Not changing that.
Yeah. I like I said, I like it to come my way, because I don't want to force myself to say I have to get this position. Like I feel like if I lock in like that, I'm going to be doing myself a big disservice, and I'm going to be at a tremendous disadvantage.
I'm not even telling myself. I'm telling everybody else. I'm telling the league.
No, I know. I hear you. I hear you all the way.
This is what I want.
My whole point is I don't want to box myself in at any point. If somebody takes the guy I wanted, that like I'm targeting him that round, and I'm hoping he makes it over to me after I've made my last pick or whatever, and he's not there, then I've got guy number 2, 3, and 4 right behind him that I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I'm not gonna try and dilly dally and fuck around with it. And like not have a backup plan for it. So yeah, I definitely like your strategy on that, but for me personally, that's the direction I want to go in, because I just think that I'm going to make the tough decision right then and there, and I'm going to use what you're saying, that whole tier. You got to have guys categorized. You got to have guys, okay, these guys, these are the top quarterbacks. Then you got your next level. Then you got your next level. Same thing with the running backs, especially. And I think that's why I'm not going hero RB.
But just since you mentioned it, I want to sneak it in here. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
Talking about I think it's important how to tell people how to put their tiers together. So how much of a factor is it when you put your tiers together that the talking heads have with their projections? How deeply are you looking at those other guys' projections when you're starting to look at your stuff and prepare for your draft?
I try not to look at projections at all, because I do really, really agree with a lot of what they say on there, that projections are nothing more than what they're called, projections. That's a guess. That's what it's based on performance and stuff like that, and other numbers, and they're crunching and all this. Okay, because that's how they get those numbers. But that stuff's not 100% accurate. It's not even close to 100% accurate. It's either going to be too high, too low. It's giving you an idea of what they're going to score. I never, ever, ever, ever use any projections for any sort of pick I make. I like to use ADP just to get an idea if I'm making the right selection for that player at the right time. Also, depending on when how the rest of the draft is going and how my opponents are drafting, because like you just said earlier, you might get a positional run that starts, and all of a sudden everybody's going to start going crazy on tight end. Oh God, everybody's getting tight end. You know what? When you zig, let's all zag. You know what I mean? Because when everybody's going after the tight end, that means you're leaving other stuff open for them. That means you're panicking. Because what you had just said, you're the guy that's the bully. You're the guy that's going to start the run. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about you, because you had a plan in place, and that's the guy you wanted. Now it's the guy behind you, behind him, that's reacting to what you just did. Those are the guys I want to take advantage of, because they're making that run. And somebody just took Kelsey. Oh, somebody just took TJ. Oh my God, that Tyler Warren kid just went tight ends. Oh, I got to get one because everybody else is getting one. Now you're leaving some of that good stuff on the board for me. After you're panicking and you're making a stupid move just because you're reacting to what everybody else is doing, instead of sticking with your plan, sticking with your tiers, sticking with your the groupings that you have. It's just you're setting yourself up for failure. And that, I don't think that's a good way to handle things. So I mean, just have a plan. Just have a fucking plan. And it doesn't have to be the greatest plan. It might be the worst plan. But if you have a plan and you followed it, you should feel good about yourself after your draft. You want to do that.
I like to put my tiers in talent. It's based off my gut and what I'm watching. I know not everybody has it or maybe the money to pay for it, but the coach's view on the Game Pass situation is pretty dope because, you know, that's how much of a nerd I am. I can see it from, you know, that's how I was seeing it for years. So I can really understand the strategy of what's going on, especially in these leagues that still like to have defenses. I think it's a big advantage for me. I usually have the highest scoring defenses in these leagues all the time, constantly. Really easy to understand like what they're doing and where their pressure is. And fuck, I don't know. It's just super predictable. It's like watching fucking cannabis grow. It's super easy for me. So I think that's like a important thing to do, is just making sure that you stick to that, avoiding the projections. I do have a lot of aggregate tools that I use now that I play in so many different leagues, and I am positioning myself to, you know, be an expert at fantasy football because I just love to be, and at least just say it to fucking bug people.
Yeah. Well.
But the aggregates are beautiful. It's really nice to kind of get just a general opinion of what people are talking about, because I also think it kind of recognizes that you are in a niche when you're outside of the norm, which I think is a lot of fun. You know, for me anyway, because again, it showed, you know, for a long time I've listened to some of these pundits in particular, and it's interesting to see how now I've developed my own strategy throughout the years and where, you know, where we are today. So I'm excited for 2025, to be honest with you. You know, the team that I already drafted is pretty dope. I've got one in progress that's going to be dope. I mean, yes, and I can't really ask for anything more. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what goes down this year.
It's going to be fun. I'm a little more excited for fantasy football this year than I have been in years past. I think it's because you know, I'm coming at it with a new type of energy, a new perspective, and to be honest with you, I mean, I know you said in the opening how we've won some championships. I haven't won anything in the last few years. I was on a nasty run before, man, about 4 or 5 years ago. Like I was in like 7 or 8 leagues. I won half of them, and I did that like 2 or 3 years in a row. It was amazing. I was on a hell of a run, man. And since then, it's been rough. I've, you know, a lot of leagues not even qualified for the playoffs, or I'll have a really good team and then be that guy that gets knocked out in the first round, you know, so I'm hungry for it, man. I really want to get another championship this year. I'm sick and tired of like coming in short all the damn time. I don't know, not anymore. I'm
in the leagues that you've been playing with me. You've had some pretty shitty injury luck, like really shitty injury luck. So, I mean, that's just like the randomness of playing fantasy football, right? That's why it's really funny when people get super excited about trades and they want so many. It's like, oh, well, this guy's really talented, so I want 3 draft picks. And it's like, dude, that guy could fall out of the shower and tear his ACL tomorrow. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe I'll give you 2 because it's good, but anything past that, like you're out to lunch. It doesn't make any sense. I think it's the NBA. Figure it out. I'm just saying.
I think it's the NBA where you're going to give up like 5 first-round picks for a superstar. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah, that's like the one part for sure. It's the trading in fantasy football seems to just become more difficult, more and more difficult as the years go on. There's a bunch of random.
I try not to do it. I'll do it from time to time, but I can honestly say I have not made a lot of trades in my entire time playing this game, and I've been playing it for years, decades now, actually. Not many trades at all. It's just not my thing. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. I think it's a cop out. It's part of the game. It's a real part of the game, like the real football game. But I just, if I was in a league that didn't have trades, it wouldn't bother me one bit. I don't think it's a good tool. I don't think it's helpful. I think it's always somebody trying to fleece another person, and then, you know, it just, I don't know. It's just not for me.
That was a hot take, Jerry.
Yeah.
That was a fucking hot take. Wow.
Do you have the scorching flame sound?
No scorching flame. I kind of want to have show me on the bear where the fantasy football trade hurt you, Jerry. That's pretty passionate about. I don't think it's a cop out at all. If you need to trade and fucking get your shit together because you've had some injuries, fucking get a trading gear so you can fucking get your ass together and hopefully win a championship.
I get it. Like I said, I totally get it. I just feel like it's not always a two-way street. It's usually very one-sided, where, you know, somebody's gonna get fucked, and it just, I don't know. Like, it's just not my thing. You will not see me trading much. I as a matter of fact, I will, and I haven't told you this yet, but I totally regret making that trade last year for DJ Moore. Not because I got DJ Moore, because I gave up a 4th round pick.
Oh,
like I'm just, and at the time I was like, okay, this because I was hurting a wide receiver, thinking, okay, he's going to make a little run, and he is the number 1 on that team. And he didn't have a bad season, but it just wasn't enough. And it's just like, okay, now I lost a 4th round pick. That's kind of valuable. Like, I'm looking back on that now, and I'm like, ah, damn it, what the fuck? That was a bad idea.
I mean, it depends also where he was drafted. You might be able to keep him and get a pretty good score for that, because he is going pretty high.
I think I looked at it, and it didn't feel like it was very high, or it felt like it was higher than I wanted it to be.
There's potential. DJ Moore really goes in super interesting spots. Both of the drafts that have taken place in, he's had a 4-round difference of where he went. I got him in the 6th round in one draft, and I saw him go in the 2nd round of the other one. So that's
so you said click on the player and then look at their history, and it'll tell you where they were drafted, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So he's drafted in the 3rd round, and I gave up a 4th round for him.
Yeah, so you'll lose your 2nd round pick if you keep him.
Right. So I'm like, no, dude, too much. That's why I'm not going to keep. I'm not keeping anybody in that. Makes sense. I'm starting from scratch.
Makes sense.
By the way, since I don't have that 4th round pick, I'm going to be a player short. So am I getting like an extra 17th round pick or something like that, or do I have to end up pick up something off of waivers too?
The free agency.
Yeah. Okay. I meant to ask you about that. I wasn't sure.
All good. Jerry, pilot episode, first episode of the Armchair Fanatics Football League. I almost said fucked up. It was close right there. It was close. Talk about
you gotta get used to it.
Talk about habit. Maybe I'll sit in front of the mirror and just say it 13 times over and try to imprint it in my brain. We'll see how
muscle memory, buddy.
Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, what? This is year 3 or 4 for you?
5, 4,
5.
Shit. Yeah, 5. I started in 2020.
This is year 3 for me.
Yeah, year 5. Yeah, year 5. Jesus Christ! I give myself a little bit of a applause right there. Shit, that's crazy. I forgot about that. Oh well. Thank you for joining us on the first episode of the Armchair Fanatics Football Podcast. Your co-host Cory Roussel, Jerry Rodriguez. I'm stoked. Yes, football's back. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Preseason doesn't really count though. I ain't watch a fucking down of it. I ain't gonna watch a fucking down of it. I fucking hate the preseason. The real NFL doesn't start to week 2 or 3 now, also because of this 1 week bullshit. Everyone isn't in shape for the games anymore. It's kind of rough. Week 1 sucks. Oh, it's brutal. I'm excited to have Drew on the show one day where he's gonna go off and give us some rants where he's gonna say, I need a freshie.
Wow. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity. I can't wait to introduce Drew to this audience. Fuck, man. I wonder if the YouTube algorithm is going to take it and ban us for that shit. Bad. Oh, well. We'll have another episode out shortly, folks. We just wanted to break the ice, let everybody who's new know who we are, get a little bit into it. We're going to have some divisional deep dives next, going through AFC, a couple of divisions at a time. Don't worry, we're leaving the NFC East for last, kids. Can't wait for that.
I mean, what's there really to talk about with that division?
Man, the Washington football team is an interesting wild card this year. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do over there. Deebo Samuel.
They better sign Scary Terry.
Yo, if they can sign Scary Terry, they're going to have Scary Terry and Deebo Samuel. My guy. That is fucking dumb. And Deebo Samuel is going ridiculously low in the 2 drafts that I've been in. I haven't actually checked his ADP, but man, is he going low. This is going to be interesting.
Because everybody's saying he's fat.
All right, Jerry. Peace out.